The wealth manager suggests that we could be getting closer to 100%. The head of the SEC suggests that could happen. And will President Trump's announcement shock the world? What does gold's record high mean for XRP in the cryptocurrency market? PeopleCoin channel, hello lovely humans. We have resumed operations. The holidays are all over. The summer break is finished. We have returned to work after the Labor Day break. Is this, however, the indication that Jim Cramer mentioned the market is often weak in September? Does that imply that we're going to boost it? We'll see, perhaps. All I ask is that you smile at me so that I can radiate those positive feelings. That's a horrible smash for Smith. Like Betten, I've been speaking with the specialists at the Institution of BS, and they've informed me that you haven't been hitting the like button hard enough, which is why the market has been stagnant and XRP has been declining. At the Institution of BS, they said that. Therefore, hitting the like button is the only way to raise the price. They said as much. Wink, wink. Naturally, there isn't a direct tie between the two. Right now, XRP is up 2% for the day at 2.81. The market pulled down Bitcoin to 107, then back above 110 and XRP all the way down to 270, 270, and 281. Since then, we've witnessed a slight recovery. There was a sell-off in the market on Monday morning. This is nothing new. This is something that frequently occurs in the cryptocurrency market when we have a weekly candle followed by a sell-off. We don't see any gaps opening up if we go and look at what was occurring on the futures, which is fantastic, isn't it? Therefore, it will be fascinating to observe whether the market simply completes its tasks for the week or whether there are any potential sell-offs. We're at 50 on the fear scale when we do, so don't be too scared. What are these images I'm seeing? Well, not too bullish, not too afraid. Another from perhaps tomorrow's job report and job vacancies. We don't really have anything on the economic front that could possibly cause the markets to go into a tailspin. Another factor that can have an impact is ISM manufacturing. Some analysts have brought up the ISM, so that's something to keep an eye on. So we'll see how that turns out. That's tomorrow at 10 a.m. Additionally, it is 10 a.m. Then, on Thursday, we received the first ADP employment and unemployment claims. So, once more, these items in Friday's jobs report. Since these job reports are the only thing we have this week, and there isn't anything on the inflation side, there may be a little bit more focus on them following the Fed's remarks. This week is primarily filled with employment-related news. Thus, that might be a contributing factor to the possible course of events. Fascinating. As I speak, XRP is slightly rising, but by the time you watch this video, it may have dropped a little bit more. Anything is possible. As always, I won't advise you to purchase, sell, or hold because I have no idea what the cryptocurrency market and XRP will do on a daily basis. This is obviously not financial advice. Always conduct your own research before making an investment. However, we might observe a short squeeze if we do rise correct. From here, Bitcoin just needs a 1,500 spike to clear away around 1 billion shorts. Could a short squeeze be on the horizon? This will be a fascinating experience. The latest cascading sell-offs were accompanied by a slight long squeeze. Would we possibly witness a pump based on some news or momentum, which we'll discuss in a moment? This is conceivable. Well, at the moment, the leverage market is quite vulnerable. There is a lot of money there, and that has a big impact on daily events, so just exercise caution. All right, the possibility of XRP ETF 2025 approval is now drawing nearer. Nate Garassi, the president of a wealth management fund, reckons it may be even nearer 100%, while Polymarket says 87%, not financial guidance. The future of the ETFs will be fascinating to watch. That appears to be the catalyst that a lot of investors are searching for in XRP as a possible stimulus because, well, other from the possibility that the SC court case would conclude in July, which occurs in August or early August, there isn't really anything else that could finance a possible run-up. We therefore experienced that build-up, which was made possible by the technical breakthrough and the possibility that the core case would be resolved. And the possibility of the XRP ETF being approved is now drawing nearer and nearer. Additionally, we'll observe the market's assets and September's reactions. It will also be fascinating. Of course, as usual, now is the perfect moment to subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. I'm not on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or any other social media platform. Those platforms do not contain me. On those platforms, I will never get in touch with you. I will never DM you to ask you to send me money or join up for anything. They are con artists. Be extremely cautious out there, please. The chairman of the SEC recently had a statement. Let's listen to it. On-chain marketplaces are what you're requesting. What specifically are you requesting there? Are you in favor of tokenizing all securities? Maybe. In the 1960s, for example, goods were still in paper form, such as paper securities, when you consider the entire historical trajectory. Moreover, the New York Stock Exchange and other exchanges experienced so much trade in this massive bull market at the end of the 1960s. Due to data processing issues and the need to catch up on paperwork, we had to close for one day each week, and later, since the volume was so high, sometimes twice a week. They had to construct the systems to support all of that, even if they didn't have fancy pens to write in the ledger to indicate the transfer of stocks. At the time, The SEC supported the sector by assisting them. They altered the regulations to have book entry and immobilized securities. To try to conduct that book entry transfer of equities, a consortium of securities firms called the Depository Trust and Trading Corporation was established. That was a significant turning point. Therefore, I believe that we may be at a similar juncture right now where we have no idea how this technology will advance. 5 years from today, I most definitely don't have a crystal ball. Might be quite different. Thus, we wish to be in a favorable situation. That's something we're allowing. We don't stand in the way of innovation. His discussion of how things were done in the past, even as far back as the 1990s and 2000s, is really fascinating. You know, you had to phone your broker. You couldn't accomplish it alone. A middleman has to be involved. Additionally, technology is advancing. There's no reason why this shouldn't occur. BlackRock is working hard to make this happen, and I'm confident that we'll be in a completely different place in 5 or 10 years. A completely new era of markets, tokenization, and physical assets will be upon us. The times ahead are going to be quite exciting. It will be intriguing to observe how we might be able to make money off of it. Interesting, gold is currently hitting a new all-time high in the short term. We've noticed in the past that this occasionally occurs, correct? When individuals are, bulking up on gold to possibly have a hedge against the possibility of crazy, there is uncertainty. I appreciate you watching. Next time, I hope to see you. Let's make a lot of money, as I usually say.